well respected within the industry and the fans. I mean, we didn't sell 100 copies. We sold hundreds of thousands of copies, and that's a big accomplishment. I don't think many new school labels can say that, and I'm very proud not only of the stuff that I did. I mean, all the songwriting and production, the edits. You have the Michael Anthony's and Freddie the Eddie Rivera's, and you have other producers. Now we have Jay Allen producing a lot of tracks for Artistik. Michael Anthony's produced stuff for Artistik as well. And Freddie the Eddie Rivera produced tracks as well. So it's collaborative. It's just, I think we did a great job in carrying the torch and continuing the music.
Not only that, but you also nurtured other labels. Some of the artists that were featured on Artistik Records spun out to create their own labels as well, and that's another accomplishment. I mean, we could do.
I'm very proud of them too.
Yeah, we could do a whole family tree of Artistik Records as children, I guess, in the recording area industry. And it's kind of funny, you can make a tree and it'll have CPR's Clubhouse on there. It'll have NSR. It'll have so many others that would be part of that. And I think that's another great accomplishment because they learned from you. You were the mentor for these labels and for these artists.
It's weird. I still feel like I did when I was 25 when I started this company. Yes, I'm 45 years old, and physically you maybe feel a little more tired, but your mind still feels like, wow, we can get that one hit. If we get that next hot song, get on the radio. We still have that hunger, and not only me. I mean everyone, even those artists who I haven't spoken to in years, who are coming out of the woodwork, they all still have that hunger, and it's amazing. It's amazing, man.
Speaking of artists that is coming out of the woodwork, 20 years ago he was booked and he didn't make it, and now here we are 20 years later, and finally Javon will be part of the Artistik 20th anniversary, which is great.
Yeah, I got in touch with him. Actually, it's not that he didn't make the first show. He still walked. He didn't have a car, so he was walking 20 years ago, and he's almost there. He should be there in about 7 days.
Great, man. It took him 20 years to get here. Man, he must have stopped a lot.
He took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. I don't get it. He lives in Brooklyn. I don't
Yes.
understand that.
Yeah, he ended up in where the bullfighters were, right?
There you go.
Now you also.
But I'm happy that he's going to be there. It was great to hear from him and how openly he accepted the invitation and he's psyched. And it said that made it made me feel great. Like I haven't really spoken to him in years, and for him just to say, yeah, I'll be there. Give me the address.
Awesome. Great. Also, you found your wife because of your record label, and that's awesome. That's a great thing. Another great accomplishment. The fact that not only do you have this label 20 years later, not only did you help others create their own labels, you met your wife and you have a beautiful daughter with her. And I think that's the greatest artistic accomplishment ever.
Yeah, I mean, we were discussing that the other day, and she was like, "What's my position here?" I'm like, "We're co-owners." I mean, it's not like me. Artistik started in '95. She joined us in '97, so she's been around for 18 years.
Yeah.
With Artistik, and she's ended up being one of the biggest artists on the label. So she deserves everything. I mean, I don't say, "Hey, it's my label." To me, it's our label. All the artists, me, Michael, George, Claude LeBay, Vocal Limits, the Rosemary Lopez, Janine Garcia, everyone. And
my personal,
everyone always says,
my personal
the
favorite
driver of the bus.
Tamasi. I met her once. We hit it off. Never saw her again. What did I do?
Yeah, we'll talk offline about that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know.
Is the restraining order still valid 20 years later? Is my question.
No, only in Queens. No, I'm just kidding.
So, out of the Artistik Freestyle Parade series, which one is your favorite? I know my favorite. Which one's yours?
I think it's everyone's Freestyle Parade too, man. That was just torture to do, but we loved all the songs in this album, and not only us, me, you, and our immediate, Northeast DJs and fans. I mean, this was global. I mean, everybody, when you talk about Artistik, we always affiliate with Freestyle Parade too. So it's amazing.
And I think, as you recall, I've said this story many times. When I first got it, I had the CD player imprint and headphone imprint on the side of my face and cheek because I just fell asleep. Back then we had CD players, Walkman, CD Walkmans, and I just kept on playing over and over again all night. And, it was just a night where I just kept on playing the songs in my head. And you also introduced many artists from this area, including Marisol, Pose, Stephanie Marie, and a host of others that were featured on other, spin-offs of Artistik Records. And yet another accomplishment, Yeah,
I mean, I think that we formed a correlation between New England and New York because, there was a lot of untapped talent there, not only vocally, but songwriting, production, performers. It was a blessing to have met everyone out there. And started off with me, you, and the Juice, and all the other DJs out there, and it kept coming back. And you guys introduced me to some great talent.
Yeah, and they still to this day, they're being played by many freestyle lovers out there, and there are some new people discovering our label now. I'm sorry, your label. I say our because I feel like I'm part of it. But it's something that they're discovering now, and they are loving like it's brand new music to them.
Yep.
So next week,
excited, man.
Next week we're gonna. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Did you want to say something?
I stopped talking when I heard you talking.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I have a lot of people that are excited. They're texting me. They're hitting me up on Facebook. We got some people showing up here, wanting tickets, and that's a great attestment to the hard work. I remember meeting you for the first time. We always joke about it, but it was a great meeting, and here we are 20 years later, 20 years plus later.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, it's going to be a great night. We have a lot of surprises. One thing I will let, one surprise, which a lot of people probably won't be happy that I'm going to say this right now, but you're going to hear a special announcement of a couple artists that will be retiring that night. But you guys will find out on the 20th. Some people already know, but you will hear the announcement on the 20th. It'll be a sad, but I'm glad that the last show for these artists will be at this event, and I'm very proud of them.
Well, I hope that they understand their impact in our music. They understand that Artistik Records it's part of their blood, and I hope that they retire knowing that they've contributed something positive to freestyle music.
Definitely. I want everyone who's listening right now, if you can make it out, if you can't get the advance tickets on the website or can't get them from CPR or Angel Cruz, that make sure you come down, and it's going to be a great night. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to have a lot of memorabilia for the fans and collectors. We're going to have T-shirts. We're going to have the baseball caps that have been very popular. We're going to have CDs. We're going to have posters.
Are you going to have the CPR muscle shirts that I requested?
Yeah, in pink. We have that.
Nice.
I mean, it's going to be a great night. I just want to have a great time. I want to be there with the fans, taking pictures, videos. Come on, let's have a great time and enjoy in the celebration. It's going to be a great night. So please come on down. If you haven't made your plans yet, let's make it right now. Just come on down. It's going to be a great night.
Okay, Willie Valentin, thank you very much for joining us tonight, and much success next week. Freestyle Fridays Live as we present the Artistik 20th anniversary and 20 years of Artistik recordings. I'm very proud of you, and I'm glad that at least I'm an honorary member of Artistik Records.
Always, of course.
Right now, go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. The artists, you have some other artists calling in, so be prepared, guys. You're going to hear from a lot of the artists from Artistik tonight.
Yeah, I do hope that they all call in. And again, Freestyle Fridays Live presents the Artistik 20th anniversary, and that's next Friday, September 25th, here in Springfield, Massachusetts, downtown Springfield at the International Beer Garden. If you want information on tickets, cprsmusic.com, or you can call 437-0277. Willie Valentin, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Jose. See you guys next week.
We're 90.7 FM, WTCC. In the backgrounds, it's All In featuring Michael Anthony. And right now, Michael Anthony is joining us right now on Clubhouse Dance Music. Michael, how are you?
What's up, man? What's going on? CPR world.
Are you ready for the 20th anniversary next week?
Oh, absolutely, man. This is an exciting time for us. You know, we work very hard on the compilations, you know, past and present, and you know, I'm kind of psyched because I haven't been on stage in a long time.
I know, and I do have the 20th anniversary coming up next week, but I do have the original performance from the first one, and you were pretty, how do I put it? You had a lot of energy, sir. So
yeah, absolutely.
You're running from one side of the stage to the other, you know? It was like a racing contest, and I can't wait to see you next week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I can't wait as well. It's great to be with the family and just kind of, you know, rekindle some of the fire we had back then and, you know, just see how everyone's doing. And, you know, everyone's changed over the years and everyone's doing their own thing, you know?
Yeah, and let's talk about you. You came from the pop world, the R&B world, and you got into this freestyle thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how did you get dragged in there?
It kind of started with me and Willie. Willie and I were a group back in the day called All In. You know, we were out there when, you know, the Loose Touch of the world and, you know, TKA was already out. And, we were talking back in the 80s. And Niaja was our dancer. So really came down to us doing our music. And then I wrote the song for Niaja, Now and Forever. And that's kind of like where everything started and all the connections happened. And, you know, the rest is kind of history at that point.
Now, you were part of all the freestyle parades until volume number 3. You did the first 3.
Yeah.
You were the man with the intros. Which one of the intros was your favorite?
I like the one that goes, "But you had enough. We come back with more hit after hit. East Coast into the West Coast. Artistic's in your area. Live and direct from the Tri-State with funky beats that we create."
Yeah, in 95, we brought it live with 10 great artists. And volume 2, The Art of Dance. Now it's volume 3. So it's volume 3.
Yeah. You know, I was sort of like this behind-the-scenes kind of guy. I never really found myself as an artist and what I want. That's why every song that I ever put out, every single one sounds different. Different vocal. And, I mean, I sang backgrounds for a lot of people. And I just never really found my niche or what I wanted to do. But, you know, it's good to be on stage again and kind of do it for the love, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You actually do love it. People say that, but they don't practice what they preach. You are a man of your word. You actually, you know, put it into your craft, put it into your writing. You're an amazing writer. You have contributed to so many artists, Little Susie, to name one of them. But when it came to the artistic roster, you just wanted to up the ante, and what you did was that you just wanted it like perfect. You wanted everything to perfection, and that's something that the quality still stands 20 years later because of the fact that you always pushed for that quality, and you, Willie and yourself, push each other for the best product out there.
Absolutely. And it was a lot of fun doing it, and I don't resent anything that I've ever done, and I really love the quality and what we put out. And it was a whole lot of fun. You know, we kind of changed the game a little bit, and you know, here we are 20 years later. You know, kind of back where we started originally. You know, we did the first show together in Massachusetts. So everyone in Springfield, much love to everyone out there, and we're looking forward to coming down again and really rocking the house.
Now, You Are Mine Tonight, you know, still the most requested new school song of all time. If you go back to 2001, and now here we are, 2015, 14 years later, and the song really means a lot to folks. How do you feel about that?
You know, it's interesting because, you know, we wrote that song pretty fast. It was like a 10-minute song that we wrote, and it makes me laugh because not in a bad way, but it's just kind of funny how some of the songs that you do real quick is that, you know, they make a bigger impact because I guess, you know, it's coming from the heart, you know?
Yes.
And it's interesting because I had someone Facebook me, and I don't even know where they're from. I kind of deleted it, and they were like, "Oh, you know, what kind of singer are you? I don't think you sing these songs because, you know, I had Randy Kendall, and, you know, that was like a whole different thing that we did. And then You Are Mine Tonight sounded so different, and, you know, and If This Is Love is totally different from that." So they were like questioning me singing, and I was just like, well, you know what, you know, this is what it is, and I get